What is up, guys? Welcome back to the Lumsden Motorsports Garage. I'm Wade Lumsden. Today we're doing some more on this Tuff truck. Okay, so right now, working on power steering lines. This one was easy, just got some power steering hose. It just clamps there, and that's the return line, clamps onto the other side. My brother is currently working on making me, we have the ability to make a hydraulic hose. So he's gonna make a -6 to -6 because I put those adapters on. It's kind of cool. You put the fitting on, put the fitting on the back, and then use some of this cheaper hose to run and figure out the length and stuff that he wanted. That's kind of a snifty little trick. So we're gonna get that on there, and then I'm gonna get fluid in that. That way, if I ever start this, I'll be able to actually run it without fear of burning up a pump. I also put fluid in the transmission too. And one day we'll check and see if it's actually full, but yeah, we're making some headway. So going to continue to put some parts and pieces. I did make another run to Summit racing equipment, and we're gonna throw some more parts at this. I got a couple other things to figure out. There was a temp sensor that was mounted in the thermostat housing right there, that I got to find a new spot for because I'm changing out the thermostat housing. And I tried to unscrew that one right there. Yeah, that one right there, and that bad boy is stuck. So don't know if I'm going to be able to get that one out, or maybe continue to try to get that one out. I don't know. I think I need a spot for two. The sensor I took out, and then also the grounding unit for my electric fan. But if I can't figure it out, I can always put the electric fan just on a switch. But I do want to get the sensor that was in there back in there somehow. So I got some work to do. I'll come back and see you guys in a second. Okay, so got my return hose done. That went down, up, and in. And then my brother made me this wonderful hydraulic hose. When we get it all strapped down where we want it, looks pretty good. Wasn't exactly what we wanted, but one of us got a little dyslexic with his clocking when he was marking it, and fed him the wrong information, so he's a little off. But it's gonna work just fine. We had to change the routing. Originally it was gonna go down in there, and it looked like it was gonna be good, but we were just like, I don't know, 30 degrees off on our rotation.
Yeah,
90 degrees off. Don't make me feel too bad.
It was 180. But to be fair, when you held the hose up, they were facing the right direction. Once you start putting the bends in the hose,
yeah, that kind of
everything twisted all awkward.
Yeah, so either whatever, it's gonna work. We just had to change where we routed, and it's over here by the frame and stuff now. So I'm gonna get some fluid in that, and now I feel like it's gonna be contained enough. If we have to start it and run it, nothing's gonna get damaged, other than we can't run it too long because there's obviously no coolant or anything, which I still got to figure out. I bought myself a thermostat housing that goes straight up. So I'll need to figure out how to connect that one up and over the intake, up and over and down onto that. And then I'll have to figure out what I'm going to do with this one that used to come all the way over here and then into the Ford water pump that was right about here. Now I got to get it from over there looped around and into the Chevy water pump on the other side. Yeah, and of course I bent that with a forklift, and then I stepped on it and I bent it even more. So if we're going to use this piece of pipe, we're not going to use all of it.
Why do I have a feeling there's welding in my future?
Either welding or I'm going to bend a new piece of pipe. I don't know. We'll see. But I'm going to figure out how to get all that plumbed. But now I feel much better, like oils and all that stuff. Everything that needs lubrication will continue to have lubrication in case we got to bump things over. All right. I'm going to get my new spark plugs on. I think I talked about it, but the ones that were straight, they called them 180s, but they just come straight out. They rest against the header, like right up against the header. So I got some that they called 130 degree, and hopefully that'll have the angle to pull it away from the header. So I'm going to try to fish those, and I'll be back to you. Alrighty, guys. Got some stuff tied up, plumbed up. Power steering hose is on. I put fluid in it. I tied up a whole bunch of the wires. I still haven't snipped the ends, but they're there. They're all tied up. So theoretically, we shouldn't melt any hoses or wires or anything like that, at least as we sit right now. Fired it up. Power steering is working just fine. Thank goodness. You know, I turned it back and forth, so that should be good. We got steering. Nothing seems to be leaking. Don't mind that puddle. That was from me, you know, filling it with a funnel that's, you know, 20 inches long, and well, not really knowing when to stop. Yeah, we're doing good here. I think I'm going to move forward with looking at some of the coolant stuff real quick. I'm going to put a thermostat in this thing, something that I had issues with in the Ford, with the Ford engine in here, with all of this water and the radiator back there with a fan and all that stuff. The fan rarely ever ran. The only time it ever got, I can't even say hot. The only time the fan ever really turned on was when we were in a parade. So we were just kind of sitting there idling literally for like, I think it took like 45 minutes or an hour or something. It took that much to get the fan to turn on, but when we were racing, the radiator got enough air that the fan never really ran. Granted, I'm still going to hook up the fan to make sure we don't have any overheating issues. I realize, you know, big block versus small block here, but yeah, so I think I'm going to put a thermostat in it instead of just a restrictor hole. That way it gives the motor the ability to heat up faster or get to temp faster. Yeah, so I think I'm gonna get that stuff on there. Do a couple other small little things here. I need to, and this will all most likely all be off camera here, but the Driveline, I think this is the one. Shockingly, I think it's even the right length that I want, but now I got to get these U-joints off, and I got to get a U-joint that goes from Turbo 400 to this yoke, and from this yoke to the 8.8 Ford rear end that's in the back, and then we'll have a Driveline. So that's going to be off camera. That's going to be at like I don't know, at a Napa or a Driveline place where I go, I have something special and I need help. So next big concern that I have is my pinion angle. I did some math the other night. I have a video on how to calculate your pinion angle and stuff previously in the Tuff Truck series. But from what I can tell, I need to bring my pinion here down another like 8 degrees, which is quite a bit. I could, and it's not the smartest of ideas, but I could force it a little bit with, I have the third link here. I could force a little bit of pinion angle drop, but I'm not gonna, you know, twist it and preload the crap out of the back here just to get my pinion angle. What I really need is the wedges, and I already have wedges in there from before. Let's see if we can see them. This little plate right here, it's underneath the leaf spring. That's the wedges that I have, and because all of my leaves are sitting on top of the rear end, I put it under to rotate, and the big side towards the front to rotate the pinion down, right? So it rotates the pinion down when you put that wedge in there, and the leaves and stuff are sitting on top, and I need to do more of that. I'm having a hard time finding a wedge that is that much, because I think I'll have to go back and watch the video, but I think the wedge that I have in there right now corrected it about 4 degrees. I think it was 4 degrees, and with the way I'm currently sitting now, I need another 8 degrees, so I'm having a really hard time finding a 12-degree wedge. Of course, most of the time when people are wedging their rear ends, they're trying to get the pinion angle up because they've put a lift and all of that stuff on, but I'm trying to go down because I dropped my engine and transmission and completely changed the angle of the way that sits, right? It's a lot more flat than it was previously, so now I got to get the pinion angle at the back to match as close as possible, so I don't get, you know, crazy harmonics in the driveline. But I should be able to figure something out there. I think Summit Racing Equipment had in stock, they had 6 degrees, but I think I could order something that was 8 degrees. I'm not too keen on taking 2 wedges and welding them together, but beat to fit, paint to match. I don't know. It seems like a lot. And the only other thing I could do is cut my transmission mount and lower my transmission a little bit more to put more angle on it to get closer to what's in the back, and then adjust. And I don't know. I'm gonna see if I can just make the pinion angle work naturally without having to move the transmission mount or drop the transmission mount, you know. So I'm gonna do a little bit more work here, and I'll get back to you. Well, good news and bad news. Thermostat housing is on with the thermostat in, and then I was trying to get a spot for this gauge. So this is the sending unit to my dash for coolant temperature. This one here goes to the ECM 2-wire. This goes to the ECM to tell the ECM what the temperature of the engine's at for running. But that one's informative for me. Yeah, I was really hoping to be able to get it in one of these holes. There's 3 of them. Right there. Right there. And one down there in the water pump. And I can't get any of them to loosen. I've tried many things, and I think they're for show because, like, they just snapped off. So not winning the battle there. I will figure out. Yeah, I'm gonna have to figure out what I'm gonna do for that. Dang, you know what I mean? Maybe, I don't know. They make little metal tubes that you can put in between hoses. Maybe if I need a metal tube, instead of just going to this, maybe I can grab a metal tube that has a sensor hole in it and mount the sensor in there. I don't know. I'll get it figured out. I gotta figure out a spot to put it. There's actually 2 holes at the bottom of the block that had hoses coming out of them that were coolant lines. They're like way down underneath there. Actually, you can kind of see it right there. There's one on each side, so maybe I need to just get the temperature right out of the block, if I can't, which means running this wire down there and all that happy stuff. Yeah, got to make more plans. So is what it is. But hey, I got the thermostat housing on. One small step for Wade, giant step back for the truck. Yeah. Anyways, I'm gonna keep moving forward here, guys. All right, guys. It's actually a different day, but I forgot to do a sign off for this video. After the last clip, I went and started looking at U-joints for Driveline stuff, and just got a whole bunch of measurements, and because we're gonna have to mix and match, you know, Chevy transmission to, I think it's a Ford Driveline. I don't know. It was just a Driveline I found. To the Ford, the 8.8 Ford rear end. So, you know, beat, fit, paint to match. But we're gonna end this video here. So don't forget to like and subscribe. Any questions, comments, concerns down below. My brother's not here, so keep the dirty side down, and we see you next video. Peace.